Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. A day that has become almost as iconic as Thanksgiving itself. It's a day synonymous with shopping, deals, and often chaos. Retailers slash prices and shoppers flood stores in search of the best bargains. Images of crowded stores, people fighting over discounted televisions, and lines stretching around the block flood our minds. The frenzy can be overwhelming, with some even camping out overnight to be the first through the doors. But behind this modern spectacle lies a history far more complex and intriguing than many realize. The term Black Friday originally had nothing to do with shopping. The origins of Black Friday are not rooted in retail joy, but in financial turmoil and urban chaos. The term was first used to describe the financial crisis of 1869, when the US gold market collapsed. Black Friday, as we know it, is a far cry from its historical roots. The transformation from a day of financial disaster to a shopping extravaganza is a fascinating journey. The frenzy we see today is a carefully crafted phenomenon, a product of decades of marketing and societal shifts. Retailers began to use the term in the 1950s to describe the chaos that ensued when suburban shoppers flooded into the city the day after Thanksgiving. To truly understand Black Friday, we must delve into its past, separating fact from fiction and tracing its evolution from a day of panic to a celebration of consumerism. Over the years, it has become a symbol of the holiday shopping season, with retailers offering deep discounts to kickstart the season. Black Friday's story is a reminder that even the most ingrained traditions have unexpected beginnings. What started as a term for financial ruin has been transformed into a day of retail triumph. It's a tale of how a day once associated with financial ruin and urban mayhem transformed into a global shopping phenomenon. From its chaotic origins to its current status as a retail holiday, Black Friday continues to evolve, reflecting changes in consumer behavior and economic trends. Over the years, several myths have sprung up around Black Friday's origins. These myths have been perpetuated through word of mouth, social media, and even some media outlets, leading to widespread misconceptions about this significant retail event. One persistent myth suggests that the term Black Friday refers to retailers finally going into the black, meaning they become profitable after operating at a loss for most of the year. This idea has a certain appeal, as it paints a picture of businesses finally reaping the rewards of their hard work throughout the year. This narrative, while seemingly logical, lacks historical evidence. Historians and researchers have delved into old documents and archives, but have found no concrete proof to support this claim. While it's true that retailers traditionally used red ink to signify losses and black ink for profits, there's no historical documentation linking this practice to the origin of the term Black Friday. The connection between accounting practices and the term Black Friday appears to be more of a modern-day interpretation rather than a historical fact. Another, far more insidious myth claims that Black Friday originated from slave traders selling enslaved people at discounted prices after Thanksgiving. This myth is not only incorrect, but also deeply troubling, as it distorts the painful history of slavery for the sake of a retail narrative. This claim is categorically false and deeply offensive. It is important to address and debunk such myths to prevent the spread of misinformation and to honor the true history of those who suffered under slavery. There is absolutely no historical basis for this assertion, and perpetuating it only serves to trivialize the horrors of slavery. Scholars and historians have repeatedly emphasized the importance of accurate historical representation, especially when it comes to sensitive topics like slavery. These myths, while debunked, highlight the human tendency to seek simple explanations for complex phenomena. People often look for straightforward stories to make sense of events, but history is rarely that simple. The truth about Black Friday's origins lies not in romanticized notions of profitability or the darkest chapters of American history, but in a series of historical events that shaped the day's identity. Understanding the real history behind Black Friday requires a deeper look into the economic and social factors that contributed to its development over time. The first documented use of the term Black Friday dates back to September 24, 1869. This day is etched in history not for the bustling shopping scenes we associate with it today, but for a financial catastrophe that shook the very foundations of the United States economy. This Black Friday had nothing to do with shopping. Instead, it marked a day of financial panic that crippled the United States economy. The streets of Wall Street were filled with chaos and despair as the financial district faced an unprecedented crisis. Two financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, attempted to corner the gold market on the New York Gold Exchange. Their ambitious plan was to drive up the price of gold, creating a monopoly that would allow them to sell at exorbitant prices. Their scheme, fueled by greed and a blatant disregard for the nation's economic well-being, ultimately failed, leading to a catastrophic market crash. The gold prices, which had been artificially inflated, plummeted within hours, causing widespread panic among traders and investors. The effects of the crash were immediate and devastating. The financial turmoil spread like wildfire, affecting not just the stock market but also the livelihoods of countless Americans. The price of gold plummeted, businesses went bankrupt, and thousands of Americans lost their life savings. The economic landscape of the country was forever altered, with many families plunged into poverty and despair. The Panic of 1869, as it came to be known, left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche, forever associating Black Friday with financial ruin and uncertainty. The term became synonymous with economic disaster, a stark reminder of the fragility of financial markets. The events of 1869 cemented Black Friday in the American lexicon, but not as a day of shopping. It was a day remembered for the greed and recklessness that led to widespread suffering and economic instability. It would be several decades before the term resurfaced, this time in association with the post-Thanksgiving rush in a different part of the country. The transformation of Black Friday from a day of financial ruin to a day of consumer frenzy is a testament to the evolving nature of American culture and economy. Fast forward to the 1950s in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The city, like many others across the nation, experienced a surge in tourism and shopping in the days following Thanksgiving. Tourists flocked to the city for the annual Army-Navy football game, while locals took advantage of the long weekend to begin their holiday shopping. This influx of people, combined with the already bustling pre-holiday season, created a perfect storm of chaos on Philadelphia's streets. The day after Thanksgiving became notorious for its massive crowds, traffic jams, shoplifting, and general mayhem. Police officers in Philadelphia, tasked with managing the annual bedlam, began referring to this day as Black Friday. The term, used amongst themselves, reflected the dread and exhaustion they felt having to work on this particularly chaotic day. Black Friday, in this context, was not a celebration of deals, but a day of overwhelming crowds and strain on city resources. It was a far cry from the carefully orchestrated shopping event it would later become. Black Friday has evolved significantly over the years. What started as a chaotic day of frenzied shopping has transformed into a well-orchestrated event. Retailers now offer deals days or even weeks in advance. Online shopping has also played a huge role in this evolution. Consumers can now snag Black Friday deals from the comfort of their own homes, avoiding the crowds and long lines. It's fascinating to see how this day has grown from a single day of sales to a multi-week shopping extravaganza. The focus has shifted from sheer chaos to a more strategic, consumer-friendly approach. And yet, despite these changes, the excitement and anticipation that surround Black Friday remain as strong as ever. It's a testament to the enduring power of a good deal. Black Friday isn't just an American phenomenon anymore. Over the years, it has evolved into a global shopping extravaganza, touching nearly every corner of the world. From Europe to Asia, and even down to Australia, retailers embrace this day with open arms, offering deals that consumers eagerly anticipate. It's amazing how a single day can unite shoppers worldwide in a frenzy of purchasing. But there's another side to this story. The environmental cost of Black Friday is significant. The surge in manufacturing, packaging, and shipping during this period leads to increased carbon emissions and waste. It's a stark reminder that our consumer habits have far-reaching impacts on the planet. As we revel in the excitement of deals, it's crucial to consider the environmental footprint of our purchases. Looking ahead, Black Friday continues to shape the future of consumerism. With the rise of e-commerce and changing shopping behaviors, Retailers are constantly adapting to meet the demands of modern consumers. Innovations like augmented reality shopping and personalized recommendations are transforming the way we shop. As technology evolves, so too will the Black Friday experience, making it even more immersive and tailored to individual preferences. Despite its challenges and controversies, Black Friday's enduring legacy is undeniable. It represents more than just a day of deals. It's a cultural phenomenon that reflects our evolving relationship with consumption. From its humble beginnings to its global reach, Black Friday remains a powerful testament to the complexities of modern consumerism. Whether you love it or loathe it, one thing is certain: Black Friday is here to stay.